Welcome back, gamers. We are back in the newsroom. It's me, Siobhan Elise, your favorite host of your favorite entrepreneurial mindset podcast, where we go beyond the boring day-to-day of business and into the mindset of what it's really like to be an entrepreneur. So I have the pleasure of speaking with so many incredible cultural curators and game changers in the city. And today I have Mr. Stanlow here. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
I'm blessed. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
So, Stanlow's in the entertainment industry. I know you do a variety of different things, and being that we are in Miami and we're so well known for our nightlife, I'm really excited to get into what it's like being in that space. So, I'm really, really happy to have you. Thank you so much for coming.
No problem. Appreciate you for having me.
So I always like to start by saying, how are you really? Who are you really?
I'm just a simple man chasing a dream.
Yeah.
Pretty much, the nightlife is pretty much something that I got involved in at a young age. You know, being young and in the 90s, house parties were what we came off of.
Okay.
So at that time, we were just going out, hanging out, drinks and stuff like that. Then once we finally got the RDs, was able to club. The club scenes got on and popping, so we were just out doing whatever. And I was just on it ever since.
Oh, wow. So you've been doing nightlife since the 90s?
Yeah, I've been partying, hanging out late, coming 2, 3 in the morning, you know, sneaking in the house from time to time.
Yeah. Wow. So, you know, the nightlife that I know, it moves really fast.
Right.
Like even when I think about some of the clubs I used to go to 2, 3 years ago, I don't even think they're there anymore. Like, so I'm curious to know, like, what is something that you do to have such a long and sustainable presence in the nightlife scene?
I could honestly say it starts off with the crowd. So as long as you have like your go-to crowd, you're good to go. As long as you have your good set of people that's always ready to go and turn up, you'll be straight.
Okay.
So your crowd is a must. Without a crowd, you got nothing.
Facts. Okay. And so, like, you seem like really, like, to yourself, a little on the reserve side. Right. Is there another side of Stanlow that we don't see that builds that crowd? Because, like,
I get lit from time to time, but I'm like a switch. I turn on and off. I know when to turn on and when to turn off.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, that's dope. And so, like, what does your day-to-day look like?
I just hustle 24/7. If I'm not, I'm chilling, watching a little TV, but mostly I like to hustle. I like to stay on the ground.
Yeah.
I like to stay productive. Like my mind just can't sit still.
Right. So outside of nightlife, like I know you're into graphic design.
Right.
Like we want to just get a picture because, you know, there are other people who are trying to be in your shoes, right? They're promoting. And obviously it's not a 40-hour-a-week type of job. Mm-mm. So like, how could they be more productive with their day?
They gotta find their own lane. Definitely find what they're good at doing because there's different type of parties, different type of crowd of people. So once you find your crowd of people, focus on that crowd, see what entertains them, and work on that crowd. Work on the content, work on the promotions, work on the events, and just go from there.
Okay, I love that. Now, when I first asked you, how are you? You said, or who are you? You said, I'm just a man chasing a dream.
Right.
Can you tell us what that dream is?
Financial freedom, the American dream. Because I'm Haitian descendant, so my parents came here in the probably say late 70s on pursuit of happiness, and I believe that's doing what you want to do when you want to do it, and I'm fulfilling that dream for them.
Amen. You were born here, though.
Yes, I'm first descendant.
Yeah. The American dream, as you see it, based on the times, is the American dream that they envisioned for you?
Nope, far from.
Break that down.
In the island lifestyle, anybody that's from the islands can relate. It's pretty much the basic, like work hard, chase a career, be a doctor, be a lawyer, blah blah blah. And entertainment, that's a stretch because you don't make it. It's not 100% guaranteed. They feel like it's luck. If you make it successful, you're just lucky. You're not really talented. They don't see it as talent. They just see it as you got lucky. So they look down on it, really.
Really?
And then, of course, you know, with entertainment, it's pretty much like you're doing whatever to be seen. So they look at it as like sinful in a way. Because it's like you're exploiting yourself, you're drinking, you're doing whatever. You're doing everything that's against the traditional household. So yeah, you're breaking all the rules in entertainment.
Sheesh.
Yeah, you really selling your soul in their eyes.
Wow, that is such a tricky dynamic because it's like you're first generation, you're the only one that speak English, so they rely on you in a really special way. But at the same time, there's like this huge conflict between like the dream that you're choosing to chase.
Right.
Wow. So like, how do you move past that?
Just have to ignore it and they have to accept what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna benefit from it. So you just gotta take it.
I could definitely think back on a time when I was just doing makeup. And I'm not Caribbean, but my family is very similar, where it's a really linear path. You need to be a lawyer or a doctor or something that really holds that weight, or you're not doing nothing.
Pretty much.
And everything else, anything in the arts, anything in entertainment is, like you say, luck. And it's tough because, like, when you're doing anything as an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, like, we don't always say it, but we need that support because we're already stepping out on faith just by doing it.
Right.
So sometimes just hearing it from a relative, like, yo, I really see you, or, you know, them referring you or whatever, that support really goes a long way. And it was my experience where I got support from everyone, but like my closest family members for a long time. And I kind of was mad about it, low key, but I did use it as fuel. Where it's like, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where it's like, she just won't stop. So I have to respect it, you know, and everyone just, you know, they respected the grind.
You have no choice, because especially when you make it, it's like, everybody finna go around, oh, my son did this, my son did that. Like, and like, hold on, like, you ain't believing me at first, but all of a sudden I could change everybody's life.
Yeah.
And I'm the breadwinner. Now y'all are, you feel me, on my cartel. And it's like, man, it's crazy, but
wow.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make them believers. You gotta turn them believers. You know what I'm saying? You gotta turn water to wine.
Amen. So you mentioned that being in entertainment is kind of like not ethical in your parents' eyes. So what was your upbringing like? Were you raised Christian or Catholic?
I was raised something. I'll say Christian, but it's kind of weird because like my mom is Roman Catholic.
Okay.
But you know, American culture is brushed on Christian, so it's kind of like I'm defying, you know, the odds, because like it's my religion against yours.
Yeah.
But pretty much branched off the same. And then my sister's Baptist, so it's kind of like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you fall in the mix?
I'm just a believer of something bigger than this. I feel like all of this ain't no accident. Like the Big Bang Theory or whatever, it don't make sense at all. Like everything that we're able to do, that's not accident. You know what I'm saying? Like things that we're capable of doing, the things that we still can do, and the things that we could break into is like, this can't be by accident.
Yeah.
So I feel like something's greater and it's something bigger than what we think it is. It's not just science. I think it's something real spiritual.
Absolutely. The spiritual world is very real. Absolutely. It's undeniable.
Right.
If you open your eyes to it. But it's very broad too, you know. So does your faith play a role in the way you hustle, the way you chase your dream?
Of course. Faith is a must.
Yeah.
Without faith, you have doubt. So it's one or the other.
Yeah. So what type of conversations, if you don't mind sharing, would you have with your God or whatever regarding your journey?
I can honestly say, while I was put in this predicament, like why me, had to go through certain things, and will you be able to help me get through it to the end? That's pretty much one conversation I'll definitely have with him. That's
dope. I'll share just so I don't have you out there, you know. So conversations that I have with God, and I'm a Christian. This year specifically, I said, you know what, God, I surrender and I want you to have your way when it comes to my career. And this is when I closed down my business, and I hadn't started this yet. So I was just kind of wavering and just waiting. And I was like, I'm really going to trust you because I know what it's like to have to grind and depend on my own. And I don't want to do that anymore. And he started confirming things for me left and right. And that's how I started to realize I was aligned when I would pray for something, or I would back up. When I first said that I surrendered, he told me to use my voice. Okay. So he started confirming and opening doors to things that allowed me to use my voice. And I'm like, okay, so that's how I know that I'm in alignment with you. And every day my prayer is just like, Lord, continue to stretch me, continue to expand me, continue to use me so that I can edify the glory of his kingdom and not my own glory, because the God that I serve will never forget to glorify me and never forget to help me. Right. So it's like I don't have to put so much of a focus on that anymore. If I just continue to put his will first, he'll bless me in ways that I couldn't even fathom,
That real?
Yeah. It's been game changing for me just to stop being so selfish, because I was it was all about like, I gotta show them. Right. I gotta show them, and I was willing to do anything. And it worked. It worked. But it was such a fight. I was never comfortable, even if I had a certain amount of money that I was happy with, or I accomplished something I was happy with. It was never enough. I was never on solid ground. But when I started to like submit to God's will, it's just like, oh, this is your thing. I'm just showing up and I'm gonna do the best I can, but that's all I have to do. I don't run it. Right. It's dope.
It's cool. So you feel like it's your calling?
I feel like this is a part of my calling. Is directing me towards my calling. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But this is something that I do on the phone with my friends. I always have deep conversations like, yo, what's going on? Right. And it's something that I enjoy because I think that information is so helpful, and making people feel seen and heard is really important. Facts. And it's something that we're like fighting for, Yeah. So if I could create a small space where people can have that experience while helping those listening, that's good money. I'm good with that.
That's what's up. 'Cause that's good, because people need an outlet. People need a space to, express themselves, let that gas out,
You have to, because it's like,
you will self-destruct.
You will self-destruct. And I love that you're saying that as a man, right? Because I feel like a lot of men have a hard time accepting that.
Yeah. Yeah. People don't want to hear us because they feel like we got to be tough, we got to be this and that. But, at the end of the day, we're human. Before you're a man, you're a human first. And as a human, you're vulnerable. Amen. So you got to learn that instead of trying to fall into the persona of, you're just this, a bruin that just can't feel no type of way. If you don't feel no emotions, you're a monster.
Thank you.
So, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what creates psychopath. If you know what the word psychopath means, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand.
Right.
So it's like, if you're not in tune with your emotions,
no empathy.
Yeah, you have no empathy. You have no empathy, you have no sympathy. So you have no empathy, you have no sympathy, you have no mercy.
That's so real. And I think that people are normalizing that without realizing what is actually turning people into. It's like, as humans, we are supposed to feel. Yeah. We are supposed to like have ups and downs. We're supposed to care about stuff. Like I always say, like, don't come around here being nonchalant. Please. Yeah. I don't want to hear it, okay?
That's the problem. Like,
yeah.
If you see like a little girl crying, like it don't matter what it is. Like if you see a little girl crying because she dropped the ice cream or something, and you don't feel no type of way about that, something's wrong. Like if you don't feel like helping her, it's like something's wrong with you. So yeah, emotions is definitely important, but we're not taught to be emotional. It's a sign of weakness.
Do you get to like show that side of you in your line of work?
Not really.
That's tough.
It's really self-contained. That's why I'm self-absorbed. But I'm very aware of my emotions, though.
Right, but you kind of have to like put like a mask on a little
Helmet,
bit.
shield, yeah.
Do you feel like that's your calling, or do you feel like that's just something you're good at?
Something I'm good at. I feel like there's bigger. So right now I'm just stepping stones.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Need those. So let's say you had dream house, dream car, dream everything. What would you do? What would your life look like after that?
After I get all them things?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm lit. I mean,
what would you do though? Like, what would a day in Stanlow's life be like once you got it all?
Man, I'm finna jump in the shower, jump on the Versace robe.
Hey.
You feel me? I'm just finna jump in a Bugatti coupe, you know what I'm saying? And then just drive around town. And then probably like take a trip to Japan or something by the end of the night.
Why Japan?
I like Japan. I like the culture. Really, I like the way it's built. Like honor, I'm big on honor. Like principles and all that, they do not play over there. Yeah, I'm big on that. So it's like they don't play no rules over there. It's like you do anything, like you dishonor my family. Like you know, like you disgrace. So it's like I'm big on it. I like that. I like that culture.
And they seem to be very peaceful over there.
Yeah, they're real peaceful people. Like it's a different vibe, and I want to check it out. And I like anime, so I want to go over there, check some space.
I like it. What's your favorite anime?
Naruto.
Naruto?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my son loves that show.
Oh yeah, yeah, he lit.
He has like the phone case and everything. He's like, "Mommy," I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
It's lit, boy, it's lit. You could learn a lot from that. Like
it must be.
Yeah, because it's based on a lot of stuff. Like it's based on principles, based on morals. Like it's die-hard people out there.
I see.
Yeah, like they do or die by their friends.
I remember growing up in like high school, and it wasn't like as cool to watch anime. Yeah. I don't know if you remember, we're the same age, and it was just like a special.
It was a corny thing, like
it was. Yeah. And you could tell the kids that watch anime because they dressed like the anime and they would be doing karate in the middle. And we're in high school. It was weird.
Yeah.
So it's always like, it's so crazy to see how it is transformed and now it's such a cool thing. And I'm like, I always wondered, what do they put in that anime to make people like diehard fans? They really lived and died by it. It's crazy.
It's the connection. Like if you look at some of the characters, it's pretty much like, all right, take Naruto for example. Mm-hmm. He's an orphan. His parents died. They sacrificed to protect the village. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the village like treat him as an outcast, like he's scum, but he still wants to protect the village. Like his dream is to become supposedly the Hokage, who's like the president. Basically, you're the president. So his goal is to become the Hokage and protect the village, regardless how the people feel about him. They still treat him like shit, but his promise and vow is to protect the village. He wants to be the hero. And he becomes the hero at the end of the series. But the stuff that he go through is like, bro, no matter how y'all feel, no matter how much y'all treat me, I'm gonna be Hokage. I'm gonna protect this village because this village means everything to me. And he stuck by that. So
that's beautiful. Yeah. That's like a next level humility.
Right.
Because that's really difficult.
Right.
For people to like give you their tail to kiss. Mm-hmm. And you still say, I'm gonna sacrifice everything to protect you. That's dope.
And the village, that's what I'm saying, they ridicule him at first, but then they turn around and loved him at the end. So.
Yeah. I love that. You know, in this space, on GameChangers, you know, we don't just talk about business the same way most people do. You know, anyone can say, well, I can tell you how to scale and make millions, but I like to focus on the principles as it relates to like the Bible when it comes to business and integrity, honesty, longevity, purpose, things like that. I speak to people who have those aspects ingrained in their journey. Mm-hmm. So would you say that you can relate to Naruto in that way?
Not the hero part, because I ain't down for no village. Yeah, I ain't crazy. I ain't down for no village, but y'all on your own, protect yourself. But the determination, yeah, I feel that. He ain't my favorite character though, but I use it for a prime example because he was determined to be what he wanted to be, regardless. So that encouraged, that motivated me and everybody else who enjoys the show.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that. So I always wrap it up with 3 game-changing gems. So 3 game-changing moments in your life, in your career, that really took you to that next level? Can you think of 3 things right now?
3 game changers?
3 game-changing moments in your life.
Number 1, I could say when I met BMG, that was a game changer because that opened my eyes to Black entrepreneurship.
Okay. Who's
BMG? That's the graphics company.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to them. They did a lot for me. They took me in when I was young and I was in the streets at the time, so they showed me I could be more than that.
Amen.
Yeah, because I was a typical hoodlum, trying to get money, trying to, and they showed me I could do more than that if I could apply to it. And thanks to them, I was able to graduate, get to school, valedictorian.
Come on.
And yeah, be self-employed.
That's dope.
Yeah, started a business and everything. So it's really because of them.
That's really dope. And like, do you, because like you say, they played a big part in helping you see past the streets, right? Yeah. And obviously they helped you unlock a different level of potential.
Right.
Do you have anything set up where you're able to do that for the young men and women in your community to come?
Yeah, for sure. Anybody that's willing to learn and that's determined, I could definitely lift a helping hand. I have before.
Yeah. Because I think it's important for them to see it from someone that looks like them, who shares their story.
Right.
Because, representation is everything.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I could definitely do that. I mean, there's a term that's, I think there's a phrase that says, each one teach one.
Each one teach one.
Yeah, I got one that says, each one put on one.
Okay. Yeah. Come on, I like the remix.
Yeah. I feel like we better together than separate.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Any other gems you want to share?
The second one was probably me and Polo Gutter was an artist.
Okay.
A local artist who came and got me. Like I was even looking forward to being like a road manager, anything involving music. Mm-hmm. But he came and got me, knocked on my door, showed me his mixtape, and showed me that he was pursuing a rap career. And he brought me around the studio, brought me along the people that he was with, and we just took off ever since there. We've been about almost 10 years strong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, rocking with him ever since.
So I'm starting to get a picture here because you got the graphics and you got the relationship with the rappers and then you do the promotion. So it all kind of is one.
Yeah, it's slowly
it's an ecosystem,
Yeah, without me looking for it. I had no idea I was going to be it. You know what I'm saying? So the way God planned everything is kind of I see it.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions for me?
If you was a promoter, what kind of party would you throw?
That's a really good question.
Yeah. I had it on the way come in.
You thought about that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. If I was a party promoter, I would do something really unconventional. Like something that's not trendy or that you wouldn't think of. I like families, right? Mm-hmm. And I like when families actually come together outside of having to be together.
Right.
So I would throw those type of parties where it's okay, bring your whole family to this party. You can't get in unless you got a cousin, an auntie, or uncle. You cannot come in here by yourself. You cannot come here with only your friends. This is a group. You have to come in with a group. And it would be it'll cater to all time. I won't say all, but it'll cater to several different eras. So at this hour, we'll have music from the 70s. This hour, go down to the 80s, 2000s. So everybody got something. But I would really want to create what they call it? Is it co-generational? I don't know if that's a word, but something like that. Where it's instead of focusing on just one group, I would make some sort of party where we can all coexist together.
Okay, so you want a family function with generational music? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but it's not a family function necessarily. It's a party, but you have to bring your family, and I want the music to be I guess co-generational. I don't know if that's the word, but
why family?
Why family?
Yeah.
Because I think we can learn so much from family, but a lot of families, especially in our community, don't know how to exist together really and don't know how to communicate really, like in a real normal way. Right. Like, when was the last time you went and like got a drink with your uncle?
Thanksgiving.
Right. But outside of the holidays,
we don't have a reason to come together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't really have a real relationship. It may be some things that somebody in your family went through that could help you right now. Right. But because we just don't connect that much, it's lost. And I think that information through families was always what kept us going. Like, before we had laws or Bibles or anything, the history was word of mouth. Mm-hmm. Now we got all of these things, but we don't even speak.
Right.
So if I could create a space where people could actually celebrate with their families from different generations, I think that'd be dope. Cause like I took my grandma to Vegas and it was lit.
Okay.
For her 80th birthday, and I had like never really partied with her, and it was just dope. Like, just to see, it's very different.
Okay, that's dope.
I like that. I just came up with that. Okay.
Dope. Different but dope.
Yeah. So how can we connect with you?
You can look me up, Stanlow_513 at all apps: Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and TikTok.
Okay. And is there anything you're working on that we should know?
Working on a few events, trying to wrap it up big. This weekend, y'all come out. Shout out to Sporty ENT. She got Mr. 310 Baby coming out this weekend at O'Malley's. And also there's an all-black compa affair at Velvet Brunch. I mean, there's a brunch, but Velvet Lounge, y'all come through, support. Also got Everybody Get Tipsy, private party going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm just warming up.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been a blessing having you. We covered a lot. And thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining us again. I know y'all noticed that I'm like a little chill today. It's because I'm on vacation. And I'm on vacation and I'm having a little spiritual retreat at my house. So I'm very zen. I'm very relaxed. And I hope that y'all like this version of me too. If not, but thank you so much. And special thanks to our sponsors here at Boss Nation Network for bringing entrepreneurs together, for us to have real conversations and giving y'all the inside scoop of like, what does it really look like to live this life? I will see you next week. Love you lots. Bye.